Hi everybody, Danielle here from Cherish, Surestart. I hope you're all keeping well. I'm just going to do a quick wee video on our choices and consequences that we talk about in our nurturing programme. The nurturing programme, some of you may know, spans over 10 weeks when we're in our setting, and because we're working from home now, we're just trying to give you bits and pieces of information from it to help with family life. I'm just going to start with reading out the key message that's in our nurturing books about choices and consequences. So, choices and consequences is a strategy that helps children to learn to take responsibility for themselves by encouraging a positive use of personal power. Children quickly become more cooperative than when coercion is used. The strategy keeps the adult in charge whilst also empowering the child, and that's what we want. It is also an excellent way of diffusing power struggles as we can plan logical choices and specific consequences in relation to the children's behaviour. Choices and consequences works wonders with all age groups. So I'm going to give you a few examples of this. A parent wants a 3-year-old to wear something warm on a cold day. Instead of saying, "It's cold, you've got to wear your jumper," and risking a battle, the parent says, "It's cold, so you need to wear a jumper. Would you like to wear the red one or the green one?" The child will appreciate having some power, and the parent has a warmly dressed child. If the child still refuses, he or she will be told, "If you wear your jumper, you can go and play in the garden. If you won't put it on, you will have to stay in the house. It's up to you." So you're giving your child the choice. Now, I know that I wasn't doing that before I trained in this, and it worked wonders for me because Brody at the time was 3, and he was still kind of that egocentric stage where the world is mine and I want to do this, and why would I not be allowed to do this because I want to do it. Going through that really independent, strong-minded stage, and it's so healthy for them to go through that, and because they pick up qualities along the way and their confidence grows. But it can be difficult when there's a power struggle happening and you need your child to wear something warm outside for them to play because we can't let them get cold. So offering that choice and saying you can have the red one or the green one distracts from the power struggle in most instances. So they have a choice. They're thinking, well, I can pick what jumper to put on. Sorry, you can hear the rain on my roof here. So another example then, this is in a classroom setting, but it's just to kind of give an example to reinforce what we mean by choices and consequences. So a child in class who is refusing to do a task can be told that they can either do it now or do it later. If they do it now, they'll be able to have all their playtime, but if they choose not to do it now, they will have to stay in a playtime and do it then. The child is given the choice of how to behave. The adult chooses the consequences following from the choice. So choices and consequences is a very useful tool to use in helping that power struggle, that risk of the tantrum maybe happening. But you need to adapt how you're speaking to your child depending on their age. So the 3-year-old, for example, with the jumper and wanting to go outside, for that example, you would need to use terminology and language that child understands. Clarity is a lot when it comes to choices and consequences. How you word how you're given the choice and how you're following on then with the consequence is so important. Clarity is so significant in all aspects of communication, even between adults. But with our children, we need to be aware and mindful of how we're speaking, how we're communicating a message to them, and that it suits their age and stage of development and how we're trying to communicate. So listen, folks, I hope that made sense. As I said, I made a video before and it was way too long, so I think it must have waffled an awful lot. So listen, I hope that the choices and consequences has helped. It definitely has helped me as a parent. And I suppose it's food for thought. And how do we speak to our children? How do we deal with whenever those wee battles arise? And maybe give this a go if you haven't already. All right, bye.